Hi all, this is Jack Campbell, Keller Williams Realty, and I'm here today to talk about cash offers. Hey, why do cash offers matter? Well, there's a lot of different ways to sell your home in the real estate market today, and one of those options is to reach out to somebody like myself that offers to purchase your home for cash. So what does that really mean and who is it good for? Well, when you sell your home for cash, what that means is instead of marketing your home in a traditional way, simply we agree on a price and some terms, and then instead of having to go through a transaction that has contingencies or time frames, all that can be streamlined. In fact, this is usually suited for somebody who's either got a complicated situation they're trying to work through, which could be something like we oftentimes see this with somebody who's out of state looking to dispose of a property that they've inherited, and the concept of them getting here to empty the property or to prepare the property for sale or to deal with it at all for that matter is complicated because they have a family of their own out of state. A lot of times this is due to sometimes a divorce, sometimes there's death and there's an estate or a probate that is disposing of property. Sometimes it's related to insurance claims. Oftentimes we'll have issues with properties that have had partial fires, floods, these kinds of things. And rather than going through the insurance process of remodeling the property and getting it back to its original integrity, instead what they do is they'll choose to take the insurance settlement and sell the property off to somebody who's going to do the renovation for them, and that's something similar to what we do. So also the other things that do happen is you get in a situation oftentimes where deferred maintenance will catch up with some folks, and they're just in a position where they'd rather just not deal with having to improve a property in order to sell it. So those are all kind of a list of things that seem to find their way to us for a cash offer situation. And then of course the big advantage of course is it's fast because we're not marketing to the public and we're physically just writing a check for the property and going through a proper escrow process and getting a full title and those things to make sure the transfer's clean and easy. The process actually can happen in as fast as 7 days. I would say the average is between 10 and 14 days from when we come to an agreement on price and terms and actually to get to closing. There's far less risk in the process, meaning that when you do end up selling for cash, the terms that you have outlined in that agreement are those that you end up closing with, and because it's so quick and there's not contingencies involved, like a financing contingency or inspection contingencies or these types of things written into the agreement, you have a much higher likelihood of closing on time at the agreed term. So if you're relocating for work or some of these things and the timeline is particularly important to you, or you need access to the funds quickly, this might also be a good option because of the timing and the low risk. And of course, it's easy, and by easy, I mean just everything is simple. It's not a lengthy, 15, 25-page contract. It's very short, simple, concise, simple to understand, and the process is quite easy. And then, of course, there's no marketing. So the traditional real estate transaction is one where you're exposing the property widely and having a lot of people in the property to view the property to find the one that's interested in purchasing it. This situation, really, you only have myself and a contractor possibly to visit the property, and that's really the extent of it. And then, of course, there's no repairs. So the property is purchased as is. It can be as simple as you just handing over a key and walking away, and we'll take care of whatever contents are in the property if that's necessary. So anyhow, and then lastly, of course, there's no cost associated with it, which means that the traditional real estate fees that are out there with the traditional real estate sale and process, those fees are all not involved in the transaction. And of course, the escrow and title and those expenses and closing costs are actually all incurred by ourselves at the purchase. So it's not paid for by the seller. So the number you hear is the number you get. So anyhow, if this seems like something that might be a fit for you or somebody that that's looking for a quick, easy exit, certainly do refer them our way. If you're looking to compare your options, take a look at this as a real viable option for you compared to a traditional sale process. Feel free to give me a call as well. I'd be happy to help explain the differences between the two and understand which one might be best for you in the long run. Anyhow, Jack Campbell, thanks again for your time.